Listen. I heard you. I heard you then, and I heard you and hear you now. You see, I'm just, listen, I know, I understand. You know, my comprehension has risen tremendously, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything that you're doing for me. They told me to speak words that's already written down in the book. And they'll get angry with you when you don't do that. I don't know how to speak and talk like they talk. You see, I'm giving everything that came from me and where I come from. You see, they say that that structure is not of law. You see, so they go outside of the structure that you created and they read from the text, and then they'll slap us down, you see, and tell us that we're doing something wrong, that we're doing it wrong. They want us to be like everyone else out here. You see, I don't understand. I've been trying to understand it. I'm not afraid to go down those stairs and study the foundation of that's above me. I'm not afraid to do that. I've been doing it. Yes, that's what I've been doing. You gave me, you see, these things. You see, you gave me all these things. You see, be aware is what you told me. Observe yourself so you can see yourself out here. That's what you told me. You gave me these measures. And 24 years ago, and you said, unravel your gift that was given as a child. You see, listen, I remember the first time you said that to me, and I didn't understand it when I was up in those projects. I didn't understand what you were saying. You see, because I only remember the people's Christmas and unraveling the present that my mother put under the tree. You see, the pine tree. You know, I don't think we had any false trees. You know, we was in the projects, but we didn't look poor. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand, man. I'm trying to understand. You see, I'm trying to understand how these things work. You put me in these positions, and I study them and I learn them. And at the same time, I'm being hit hard. You see, I'm being hit hard where everything that will give me a great life, these things work. But the heaven or the level of heaven that you put me in, you see, I can't see the heaven. It's like I'm creating a hell, you see, or what they call hell. I'm creating something, you see, inside of my heaven. I'm creating a hell, and I'm telling the people what I'm creating. You see, I'm showing them what I'm creating. You see, they think it's my hell. They think it's my hell, Father. You see, I'm talking to them, but I'm bearing witness to myself. You see, you gave me these measures to do. And I don't feel nothing from some beings who you marked, you see. And I even wrote their names down in numbers. I even showed them, you see. No, there's no response. These are the bodies that they carry, that they've been carrying. You see, you gave me the shapes of their faces and all these other type things. You see, to see who has these infections, you put these things inside of me, and I'm using the eyes that you gave me just to measure, not to harm, not to hurt, but through these eyes you see, through these ears you hear, even me, you see. I am the captured. You see, you captured me. You see, you captured me. You brought me into a space to where I don't know no beginning and I don't know no end. I can just talk about it, you see. Now I can talk, yes. How is it that I can talk from a beginning from my father? But I lose it when I get to the birth of my mother, when she birthed me, you see. When she birthed me and my instillment 9 months after that birth. 3 months after that birth. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 months after that birth, you see. And then I fell into that other year, 11/29/1967. You see. But they said my born date is in August. You see. In the Hebrew, they'll say is around the 5th of the month or the 6th of the month. You see, I fall in that realm. If the words were correct or what was written was correct, because I don't know when I was born. So you're right, I don't know. I have to put all my trust in those who I come from. I had to put my trust in those things and understand it soulfully. And if I'm wrong with how I came or the time frame that I came out the womb, if it was wrong, if I'm wrong from what I was told, that means I'm going to be off a step. You see, I'm gonna be missing an equation. I'm gonna be missing something. You see, it's not understood out here when you miss your mark or when you're not sized properly and you're told this all of your life that this is when you were born, you see, or who you came through or who implanted, who was the farmer. You're not, you don't talk about these things are hidden. They're hidden from you, you see, and sometimes you fall into these things in your development because of the flesh, and you try to figure out all this understanding from the flesh. Why is this shit so easy for me to fail, why is it easy for me to put on these covers and shit? You see, who put that in me? How come I can't do what my spirit tell me to do? You see, my spirit knows, you see, but I suppress it. You see, I suppress it. You see, I've been doing it since I was young. I've been doing it since I was young, suppressing my spirit. You see, did I ask for this in the beginning? Did I ask for this? Did I ask to go through this particular light down below that they call darkness? You see, I know it's not darkness, but the people believe it's darkness. I'm just talking to you. They think it's darkness, so therefore they'll believe that and they'll act it out. Just because they say, or they'll have fear. You see, they'll have fear. You see, they have fear of the darkness. You see, and the Most High said, fear me and me alone, but they have fear of the darkness. So what do they fear? Have they seen the Most High? So I don't know. You can't tell them that. You can't tell them that they have light because they have to read it. They need receipts. They need proof that they have light. They need to read about it and get it inside of their system and become what someone else wrote down or they experienced. So they take it on someone else's strands to put inside of their kingdom. You gave me these measures as a child. You talked to me about the measurements of the planets. You see? And I'm still talking about the third body, the fourth body. You see? The second body, the first body. You see? I'm still talking about it. How is it that I'm still talking about these bodies? Because, Father, that's the name that you gave me. You told me you only have one. So I'm talking to one Father. You see, he who fatted my mother, he who fed her, he who fed my mother. You see, that's who I'm talking to. I don't know where you at, man. I don't know where you at. You ain't talked to me about anything, you see, that will help me out here. You told me to help yourself. Help yourself. You see, find a way. We did it. You can do it too. Shit, I'm still, hey, everything is working like you said, but I'm still hustling out here. I keep believing that I'm an old man at 56, don't know that I'm still in my 30s and shit, you see? I can't understand it. I be trying to, man, because the yearning just to get out here and just touch somebody or have somebody to touch you, it's been years since I felt another human being, Pops. You see, or to touch me or to give me a hug. I can't have a hug from nobody. You see, nobody. How about a massage, Pops? I ain't had a massage. Never have I had a massage. I didn't have love like that where a woman would just, you knowing her and y'all together, your wife or your girlfriend or whatever is in your world, and she rub your back just on GP while you watching the game or something. She just rubbing your back and shit. Just, or having me be rubbing your leg and shit. You see? Massaging your feet. I ain't never had that. Never had it. Don't even know what it is. You see? But if it happened, I know that shouldn't feel good as mother. I'd probably buckled up like a child. I'm telling you, Pops, man, it's lonely down here. You see? Every step I take, I'm being demeasured either backwards or a little bit forward. I'm never on point. How is it that I've been like this as a child? Did you put this in me? Did my mother put this in me? I'm trying to understand it, man. I'm hollering at you. I'm talking to you. Why is it when I touch grounds, you see, and you gave me all these measurements, but when I move in it, I'm short. One tick. You see, when I move in it, I'm ahead. One tick. I have to be accurate. I have to be perfect to make that tree shake. You see, how's the tree gonna shake and I can't get to it? You see, how's all the things that were stolen from me at birth? You see, how is it that I can't get back to it? And I can see it. I can see it. I remember going to the mid 80s. And my brother, he went to the military. He left us, went to the military. I think it was in 83, some type shit, you see. And then it was somewhere around there. And then around about 86, 87, I went down there to Eastmont Mall to the recruiting office. You see, trying to get into the military, but I had to take the test at their recruiting office right there. You see, my brother didn't have to do it. He took his in the military. You see, the recruiter said, take your test here. I said, man, I can't, man. I'm tired right now, man. I can't do it, man. I never went back. I never went back because that trigger of just denying me a life that I chose. You see, it done something to me, Pops. What is that? You never talked to me when I was younger. I don't know what that is. Why do I feel like that? You see, I'm either ahead of time or I'm one step behind time. You see, everything, no matter what I touch, what I do, I can see the equation, and I can see where my steps were supposed to be. But I can't figure out how in the hell did I miss these steps. I can see it, but I don't know how to articulate how I'm missing these steps. What is this cloud inside that I'm fighting or that I can't see, but I know it's a cloud because you told me it was? You see, you said get through these clouds. You see, that's what you told me to do. I'm 56 and I'm still rolling with these clouds. You see, I can't tell nobody how it is for real because they're going to go in their books and pull out some theatrics of some non-breathing people. I got to stay in the pocket of breath, Pops. You know me. I got to stay within the pocket of breath. You see, I got to stay inside of what you created. Every time I read something, you see, and then all of a sudden you pop up. You see, it's totally different from what I have read. You see, I just can't put another power before you, man. Even if they did say these were your words. You see, well, if those are your words, what are the words that's coming from me? From my abomination and my righteousness. I'm giving them both. And I'm still being condemned by the same beings. By the same beings from the days of old. You see, from the days of old, I'm either one step behind or one step ahead. Pops, when are you going to hit my mark for me? Or teach me how, or just show me, man. You know how many times I went through these things? You see, trying to position myself perfect. You see, not by me trying to do, it's in me to do. But I'm always it's like I got a lip somewhere. You see, you know, I'm limping, you know. I don't know where I'm limping at, but it's like I'm limping and I can't hit that mark. You see, I'm either short or whatever. You got my eyes, the ones in my sockets, you got them blurred up. You see, something got me. You see, other than you. Or is it you? What is it that you want me to see? What is it that you want the people to see through me? You see, what is it that you want the people to see through me? You see, they ain't paying attention to me. They giving me the world with their understanding. They giving me the world with their understanding, Pops. You see, they can't see me. They never saw us until you released us and then when we went out into the world. We didn't have to say nothing. We didn't have to go up to nobody. We just walked towards some other beings, and then they just feel like they had to say something when we walked past. It was in them to say something. It was in them to ask something. It was in them to want to touch you. You see, it was in them. And you have me remembering all these bodies. You have me remembering all these bodies from the days of old. And it just crushes me. It breaks my heart because I don't have none of it. I don't have none of it. Everything is about these marks. You see, my last trial is these marks. The last trial was the first trial when I learned how to walk and learned how to balance myself. You see, I taught myself how to do backflips, Pops, and cartwheels and front flips, with no hands and all these other. I taught myself how to. You gave me this agility, you see, and then you said, develop your mental agility. So I developed that, and that was condemned by the people because it don't tickle their fancy. You see, it don't tickle their fancy. I'm not speaking to where it pulls them in. You see, if anything, it just curls their stomach. They can't listen to me. Well, I know what you said because, those beings aren't of you. So it's going to do that. But where are the beings that can hear me? How come they haven't came to me and say, brother, we know you. We can't touch you until you tap into yourself. Ain't that how they talk? They've been talking like that since the beginning of time. I ain't heard nobody say that shit to me. You see, just let me know that you can hear me. You see, if you can hear me, that's it. I just need to know that I'm not alone out here. You see, people don't want to tell you that you're not alone. You see, if I knew that I had somebody out here, you see, I can use the body to help me to get up and help me align myself. You see, from all these things, I'm not sure if the weight is on the left side or if it's on the right side. You see, because that Gemini of my mother got me twisted all the goddamn time. I'm dealing with that Gemini, man. You see? And then you got the virgin over here perpetrating as if it's not a virgin and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going through it, man, and I'm roaring around and roaring like a motherfucker and nothing. You see? You know what I'm saying? I'm just tripping, man. The constellations is off, Pops. You see? Come on, put me back in order. I need your help. Put me back in order the way I used to be. You see, you said I got fire. Let me use the fire. Let me use it to help position myself perfect before you. You see, only thing I want to do is put on you. I just want to put on you, man. You see, I just want to be able to walk outside and just, you see, and don't be afraid somebody gonna kill me. Not because I done some wicked shit, Pops. Not because of that. You know I ain't done no wicked things like that, man. Shit. Probably before I knew it was wicked. I don't know. You see? Shit, I don't know. You told me to go inside my pop's house, so I did that. You see, and I saw it all, man. I saw all that type shit. You know, made me a little freaky diggy love watching that type shit. But shit, you see, I start understanding it because of what you put inside of me. That's the same thing. How come you won't put inside of me on how I can just position myself perfect? What's wrong with that? Do I got to go another 10 years? Man, I'm 56, man. I'm 56. You know, okay, you gave me 30. You say you gave me 30. But dang, I don't know, man. I just want to put you on, man. You see, I just want to put you on and just live, just so I can be upright, and then blend into that uprightness and then hold it. You see, shit, man. If need be, give me a stroller. Listen, if it's coming from you, I'll take a stroller. I already got a cane. You see, just give me a stroller, one of those walkers or some shit that I had when I was a child. You see, if I'm like that, give it to me. If that's gonna help align me, give it to me, pops. You see, but don't leave me down here and then say this is my shit. You see, I don't, and if it is my stuff, how come I'm not getting paid for the numerals that I'm putting out there, that I'm changing out here in the atmosphere? How come I'm not rich like the other people who stole my work? You see, and said it's their shit. They're getting paid. They're millionaires. Some of them billionaires. And I'm sitting up here. I can't even go see my own seeds, Pops. You saw them. My brother saw them. My sister saw them. Everybody's seeing my children but me. You see, I'm not insane. I'm not crazy. I'm not dead. I'm right here. You see, I'm right here. You planted me still. You see, you planted me still. You said, learn these measures. You see, so I can be perfect. You see? That's all it is. If I can just be perfect or just get that thing off of me, I will be locked in. You see, I'll be locked in. And I will move all of the me's that's down here, acting silly and shit. You see, I got control over all of them. But you ain't put me where I need to be. I know what they're doing. You gave me 12 houses to peak in. You see, you gave me 12 houses to develop in. I've been doing it all my life. Love you, man, always.